All right, I'm going to move on to talk about hygiene. This is the first time I've covered this topic, and it seems to take on new meaning these days. I am one of those people who thinks that exposure to a few germs is good for you, helps build up your immune system, but I'm changing my thinking about that. I never used to use hand sanitizer until recently and at work. And I have to tell you, one of my favorite new little backpacking toys is this little bottle of hand sanitizer, this 2-ounce bottle that comes on a carabiner. Can hang it on the front of my backpack so it's readily available. So Casey, I'm thinking maybe IMAC should get some of these and put IMAC logo on them for IMAC members. So I'm curious, you guys can tell me in the chat if you think that's a good idea or not. Okay. So I think that's pretty handy because when you need your hand sanitizer, you don't want to be digging through your backpack. All right. So besides worrying about things like COVID-19, once we get back on the trail, I would imagine that concern is not going to go away. So we're still going to have to be thinking about sanitation and hygiene. But on the trail, gastrointestinal illness or diarrhea is a common problem. So you want to do everything you can to avoid fecal oral contact. Even using toilet paper or leaves, very likely you're going to get some germs on your hands. It's kind of hard to wash your hands on the trail, so having hand sanitizer or disposable wipes. You can buy little individual packages of disposable wipes, and I always carry those in my backpack. Those are very handy. You do have to carry the trash out, but they're lightweight. So think about the fact that also if you get insects landing on you that have been on feces, that can cause some bacterial transmission. Shaking hands with people, and for a lot of reasons, we probably want to rethink sharing food here for a while, not like everybody dipping their hands into a shared bag of trail mix, unless you've all sanitized your hands first. So wash hands, use hand sanitizer, disposable wipes. Sometimes in a group, people will set up a hand washing station. There's some tips in your book for how to do that. The reason I put this little picture of this Katadyn Be-Free water filter here, Dave will be getting into some of this stuff. Some of them, the one I have, I guess it's an older version, actually has a little hanging thing on the bottom, and you can turn it upside down and kind of use it as a water source for like washing hands and stuff too. And I think some of the gravity filtering systems, you could do that. So you can kind of rig up a hand washing station from some of those. Biodegradable soap. You don't want to be leaving soap residue in the wild. And do not use, thinking about kind of leave no trace concepts. You don't want to use soap directly in streams or lakes. So that's not where you want to wash your dishes. You want to wash at least 200 feet away from the water source. A few tips about washing dishes. You want to carry a scrubber that can be easily cleaned. I used to carry, a little non-stick pad kind of thing, and they just get gummed up with food and you can't get it out of there, and bacteria is going to grow in there. You want to clean any food residue out of your pot first and pack it out. Don't just dump it on the ground. You do not want to be attracting animals to camping sites. After you wash the pot out with water, then sometimes people dig a hole for the wastewater or scatter it around. Rinse your dishes well because soap can cause diarrhea. And here's another dietitian tip for you, strongly recommend air drying. Unless you have a brand new spanking clean towel, if you pick up a dirty towel to wash your dishes, you are just getting them dirty again. So they will air dry quickly outdoors. I recommend that at home as well, unless you have a clean towel. Just a quick thing about personal bathing. You want to think about rinsing or wiping off skin contaminants before you jump in the water. I haven't thought enough about that myself, and I think I was rinsing a bandana out in a stream, and I thought, oh my God, the sunscreen and insect repellent that went floating out in the water was pretty disgusting. So you get a lot of that stuff on your skin.